On this day in Chicago history, nearly 100 years ago, an infamous event unfolded on the city's north side that has reverberated for almost a century and has become an inextricable part of Chicago's identity to this day. 96 years ago, the ongoing Prohibition-era gang wars led to the notorious mass shooting known as the St. Valentine's Day Massacre. Chicago 1929, and the stock market hadn't yet crashed, a decade marked by massive new buildings and public transportation and social change in the jazz capital of the world. But Prohibition gave rise to Chicago's underworld, bootlegging, organized crime, and gang wars, most notably between Al Capone's Chicago outfit and the North Side gang led by career criminal Bugs Moran, vying for territory.
Pretty much all hell breaks loose, and there's multiple killings going on over the course of the next several years.
Though never formally accused, most historians agree it was Capone's men responsible for what unfolded in this small one-story garage on the 2100 block of North Lincoln on February 14th, 1929.
February 14th, 1929 was a Thursday. It was a typical winter day in Chicago. The temperatures were in the high teens. There was a light snow falling. A bunch of men came in the early morning to the SMC Cartage Company at 2122 Clark Street. Now, the business was just a front. It was run by the North Side gang, and it was basically where they kept all their vehicles that they used in their different bootlegging operations.
That morning, Moran's crew had gathered in the garage to prep for a big run to Detroit to pick up a major shipment of booze in from Canada.
Moran was supposed to be there that day. In fact, he was on his way towards the garage when he happened to notice that there was what looked like a police vehicle parked outside of it, and so he wisely backed off.
Inside were 7 of Moran's underlings, including the gang's mechanic, accountant, and 2 enforcers. At 10:30 a.m., they got an unexpected visit from 2 outsiders in long coats and 2 men dressed to be police officers.
And the 7 men who are there in the garage think that some kind of raid is happening, and they're ordered by the men dressed as police officers to line up against the wall so that they can be searched. And within just a matter of minutes, the men in the long coats pull out the submachine guns and kind of mow down the 7 individuals.
Lined up against a brick wall and executed. The only survivor, the mechanic's pet dog, an Alsatian shepherd named Highball.
Some accounts say that he was adopted by a policeman or a reporter. Others say that the police ultimately had to put the dog down because he was so traumatized by what he had witnessed.
The aftermath was soon felt, not just citywide.
The short-term response was one of just general panic and confusion.
But across the nation.
And after the St. Valentine's Day Massacre, that's when you really began to see, even more than before, a concerted effort to kind of crack down on organized crime.
And left an indelible mark on Chicago's identity as a city.
That Chicago forever would be associated with crime. Even to this day, think about famous, prominent Chicagoans. You've got Oprah, you've got Michael Jordan, but you still have Al Capone more than a century later. That's what people think about this city.
And today, the site where this garage once stood, you can see it right here. These buildings are gone too. This is just a vacant lot. There's just grass there. But this building right here across the street, it still stands. You can see where Capone's men were believed to have staked out their rivals. To this day, though, the shooters' identities remain a mystery. No one has ever been charged or tried for the St. Valentine's Day Massacre.